you today?
Good morning. We're doing great.
So Sherri and Chelsi are moda designers. They have their 18th collection, Strawberry Lemonade, that just came out. And so we're going to do a trunk show today. It's going to be totally fun. We're going to show strawberry quilt lemonade, quilts, and then we're going to show like a bunch of their favorites. So we're going to have at least 25 quilts to show you today, which is super exciting. But we're also going to take time to just sit and chat. And so you can throw your questions in, and it's going to be totally awesome. So tell everybody
We're so excited to be here.
Oh, thanks. So tell everybody if they don't know how to find you. Like, how do they find your podcast, your website, your YouTube, all that?
Okay, so everything is either a Quilting Life or at Chelsi Stratton.
Yeah.
So the podcast and our YouTube are at youtube.com/A Quilting Life. And that's where you can find my blog. And also I'm on Instagram as A Quilting Life. And Chelsi's on Instagram as at Chelsi Stratton. And she also has a blog. And is it Chelsi Stratton?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
Okay, and tell us about like your journey of getting started. I was kind of telling Denise a little bit about it before we started, but kind of talk about how, Sherri, you kind of, like how you came into the industry and then how Chelsi came in and all of that.
Okay. Yes, I was quilting a lot, and it was back in the early 2000s when people were starting to blog about quilting.
Mm-hmm.
And your blog, the Jolly Jabber, was one of the first blogs I read. And I remember reading Camille Ross Kelly's blog, and I just thought, I've got to start a blog just so I can keep track of what I'm sewing. And so that just kind of like led from one thing to another. And one day when I was coming back from teaching at a quilt retreat in Utah, I was driving by myself in the car, and I just thought, I got to talk to my daughter because she's so creative, and it would be really fun to design fabric. And it was so funny because when I got home, she was at my house actually, and I just sprung it on her, Chelsi. and I promised, this is the funny thing, I promised her that she would never have to sew, but she'd just help me with the fabric. And because at that time she wasn't planning on sewing at all. So it was really, really fun how it worked out. And now she can't stop sewing.
Yeah.
It's true. I'm very obsessed now. I have caught the bug. But no, I was kind of surprised that she brought it up, and I was really, really excited. And after that, I started designing, and we flew into Houston Quilt Market, probably fall 2014.
Yeah.
And met with Moda, and it was a fit. And it's still like a dream come true. So.
Well, yeah, I think it's so amazing, and to see your fabric, and guys, if y'all want to see like all of their fabric collections, the colorways and how they've changed, if you go to Moda Fabric's website and click on Sherri and Chelsi, it shows snippets, and if you click in, you can see every single fabric they've ever designed. So that's pretty interesting to see how y'all were a little bit like Southwestern, and how the colors have changed.
Right, yeah, it is really interesting, so.
Okay, so let's talk about Strawberry Lemonade. So we got the pre-cuts in this week, and just FYI, the fat quarter and the fat eighth bundles will probably sell out soon. All the pre-cuts are here. We have a solid bundle that you guys picked the solids, and we put this together. And of course, we're so honored that we picked your fabric for our Moonbeams 2024 charity quilt along. And I'll get to show everybody the quilt up close. And so the sew along is going to start in March. It's 68 by 80, and we have quilt kits, we have backing sets. And this is a snippet of the quilt. And I'll be doing tutorials on the YouTube channel to show you just different tips on each of the blocks. I would say it's a beginner to intermediate level. So super exciting. And if you get the kit up front, you get the pattern up front. So you can actually finish the quilt before it's actually done. So the pattern will come in here, and it comes in this cute box. And so what are you guys are you gonna sew along with moonbeams? And what are you guys gonna sew with?
Yeah, we're actually going to sew along, and we are so excited to sew with that navy
Yes.
that you added. That we're going to actually use strawberry lemonade. I think both of
Yeah.
us.
Okay, awesome.
We both talked about that.
So the
I
navy,
was like, are you using strawberry lemonade?
the navy, when we were designing, one thing that Jocelyn does, she pretty much designs a lot of the stuff. We always want our quilts to be different each year. So there's something, the theme, the size, the colors, everything has to be different because we want people to still sew, because the whole goal is to work to raise money for Make-A-Wish, along with Mark Dunn at Moda. And so we just were like, what if we have a dark background? What if we email them and say, is this okay? And so we added this navy background, and a lot of people are excited about it. So it's really a good idea, and I'm kind of thinking maybe we do that in future years too. So you'll only find the navy at Fat Quarter Shop, which is super exciting. And we sent you guys
Yeah.
some,
Well,
so you have some.
Yes.
Yeah.
And the yardage, oh, I forgot to say, the yardage will be here like next week. Only the pre-cuts have arrived. So next week the yardage will be here. But if you're wanting the pre-cuts,
so-
I would not wait, or I would place your order for your pre-cuts now in case they sell out before the yardage comes.
Can people order that navy yardage from you?
Yes.
Just separate?
Uh-huh. Yeah.
Okay.
And
Okay.
and it'll be online when we put the regular bolts online.
Okay.
Yeah. And then
Yeah.
we just ordered a bunch of it, and hopefully it'll last. You know, you never know.
Yeah.
You never know.
Yeah.
I ordered
Yeah.
so many of your pre-cuts. It might have been one of the strawberry lemonade fat quarter bundle was probably one of the largest pre-cut orders Kevin's ever placed. He was like, what is going on with this? And I was like, oh, they have a YouTube channel and people are watching it. I was like, and they promote a lot of things on social media. So it's amazing how when designers show what you can actually do with the fabric, how much it influences people buying it, because they're more confident in the color. Because I think that's the biggest, I don't know if that's what you find, but I find that people struggle with color. And if you show them
Right.
what to do with the fabric, then they're more confident when it shows up at their door, because they know, oh, Sherri did it, Chelsi did it, I can do it. You know, they know how it looks. And so I think it's great how y'all sew so many quilts in it, because then it gives everybody confidence that, you know, when it comes to their house, they're going to know what to do with it.
Yeah. Yeah, and I think strawberry lemonade is so versatile.
Mhm.
You know, I just made a Valentine's project that you guys
Oh,
have
yeah,
a free
it's so
download.
cute.
And I used strawberry lemonade, and then as I was doing that, I was like, I could do red and green from this collection for Christmas too.
Mhm.
So I think people will love it.
Yeah, I think it's definitely going to be your all-time bestseller at Moda, like on sales. So that's exciting. So anything else you want to tell people about before we start doing the trunk show?
Well, I don't know. We don't have any more. Well, we do, I guess. We're sewing right now with something new.
Okay.
But that won't be coming for a couple months. So
Yeah, and I can tell you, we have something planned with it. So if you stay tuned to like towards the end when we get to the Q&A, I can kind of tease a little bit about it. We can't tease much, but you can know that the three of us, along with Sarah and Jocelyn behind the scenes, are working on something that I think everyone will love. So that's
Yes.
exciting.
okay.
And then Billy's your son and your brother, so he's gonna be like showing the quilts today. So just so
Yeah.
everybody knows who's behind the camera, or yeah, and he is behind the camera. So do you want to start with your first quilt?
Yeah, we're gonna start with the first quilt, Billy. You're on. He's got everything stacked up and ready to go.
And for each of them, we will tell you guys, the first ones that we're showing, like the first 20 or so, are gonna be all from Strawberry Lemonade. We're gonna tell you the finish size, show you the backing, the binding, and what pre-cut it uses. And then when we leave Strawberry Lemonade, then we'll tell you the collections, because some of those will be from older collections, just so everybody will know if they wanna make it themselves.
Okay, yeah, and this first one is montage. So,
And it's Fat Eighth friendly. And it comes in a throw size and a bed size. And then,
and I think you can show the back.
yeah, show the backing and the binding, and I love the inner border in it.
Yeah. Oh, thanks. Yeah, that inner border, we use that same fabric for the binding, and the backing is the large floral from Strawberry Lemonade.
And each of the blocks are 16 inches finished.
Yes.
And that center star is 8 inches. I always try to tell people as much as I can because then they can kind of visualize how it would work with their stash.
Right.
Oh, and that one
and some of those stars are.
That one's fat eighth friendly.
Okay, he's coming again. He's coming back.
He's flying solo today.
Do you want to talk
My
about the one
husband's
that's behind you?
Watching her kids.
Oh.
Oh, yeah. Okay, so this is Foursquare. And this is actually one of my older patterns that I revised. And there are a few different sizes now for this. And one other thing I wanted to point out with this quilt is that if you can see those little hexagon flower blocks, I fussy cut those from that hexagon cheater print that we have.
And that is,
so they were perfectly sized for this quilt. So
yeah, and that's coming out. So that's part of the yardage that's coming out next week. And just so you know, I think it's 60 inches wide. Is that correct?
Yes, 60 inches wide.
Yeah, and I love it because it's perfect if you put it on the back of a baby quilt because then it looks like you pieced both the front and the back.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
yeah, and you can show the back too, though.
And this one has actually 7 sizes.
Yes.
It uses charm packs and a layer cake. And I would say this one is very beginner friendly.
Definitely, yeah. Okay. Yeah, and then the quilt behind us is Family Tree. It's actually, the collection that it's in is Clover Hollow, which is one of our, 5th collection maybe? And it's a layer cake quilt. You can use the cake mix papers and a layer cake if you want, or you can also piece the half square triangles and, using your own triangle paper or your own method. But yeah, it's an early pattern, and I thought that would be a fun one to put back there because it's Family Tree and we're a family. We're all working together, so
we're a family.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, so he's got Coastal Summer Medallion.
And this one's 72 inches square.
Yes.
And then what?
Yeah,
it uses fat eighths, right?
Yes. Yeah. And I just love this one too because it's a big quilt, but as you add the layers, you could actually stop at any point and make a table topper or a wall hanging or, as I was putting it together, I kept thinking, oh, this is cute just how it is, but then you can keep adding and adding and adding.
That's a great idea. I didn't even think about that.
Yeah. So, okay, I think you can show the back.
And this
Billy's
one is
getting a workout
fat
today.
eighth friendly.
Yes.
And I will say that I love that all your patterns, a majority of them are like pre-cut friendly because that's great for the customer to know, oh, most of them have it in their stash, but if they don't, it gives them somewhere to start instead of having to buy, a half yard of this, a quarter yard of this, a 3/8 of this.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. I feel like I design a lot of fat eighth quilts.
So do I.
Do you?
I design so many fat eighths.
Yeah.
That are fat quarters.
Okay. Okay, he's got a smaller one this time, so yay.
His arms.
He's probably so excited. It's upside down. Yep. Yep, perfect.
I love this one.
So this is the Jelly Roll Sampler, and this actually came about because people were emailing me and asking me, can you just design a quilt that just uses a jelly roll? And I love samplers, and so this was just kind of the result of doing something to answer those emails. And the back is actually the hexagon cheater print. So if you can, it's great for, once we got that yardage, I
look
started
how
using
pretty
it.
So
It is.
cute.
It's so fun for backings.
And it would look
Yeah.
so cute on point also on a backing. Because
It would.
and then
yeah.
this one's 47
Yeah.
inches square. And yeah, it uses a jelly roll and background.
Yeah. And you could make it bigger by making 2 of every block if
Mhm.
you wanted to make a bigger quilt.
Mhm.
Yeah. So, okay, the next one he's coming out with is Vintage 2.
Ooh, cheater print on the back again.
Cheater print on the back again. We'll show you. This is one of my favorite patterns this time. I don't know. It's based on one of my really early patterns. But I made some updates and changes to it and did some things I wish I had done the first time. And I just really had fun playing with the combinations in Strawberry Lemonade for this one.
And so this one's called Vintage 2. It's Fat 8th friendly. And it's 62 by 75. One question that we're getting is, talk about the backgrounds that you're using in these quilts. Are they from the collection? Are they Bella Solids? What's your favorite Bella Solid?
Okay, yeah, you'll notice some of these blocks have a background from the collection and some look like it's a white, but it's actually the tone on tone from the collection. So I think we both use that as much as possible, the tone on tone from our collections. But when we run out, we use 9900200 Bella.
Yeah.
So yeah, and he can turn that around. The whole backing is again the.
Oh my gosh, so fun.
Yeah, it's so fun.
And then you do need some additional backgrounds for the Jelly Roll sampler. So for the person
Yes.
asking, I can't see your first name. Shelly, what I would do is go to the Fat Quarter Shop website, click Jelly Roll Sampler, click into it, and then your second image will give you all your fabric requirements.
Okay, this next one is, I just wanted a really quick honey bun pattern, and it's 1 honey bun and 1 layer cake, and it's called Getaway. And it was so fast and fun to make. I just love this one.
This one's fun because it's like you could kind of strip piece all the little strips. You know, like I love looking at a quilt and looking at it and thinking, how could I make this? So I would probably attempt this where I do all the stars at one time, do all the strip blocks
Yes.
at one time, maybe different days, then do the assembly on a different day. Just, you know, I'm always thinking of how could I break it up to fit it in my schedule. And so I love when it has 2 blocks because you can kind of break that up into 2 days.
Yeah, and that's exactly how I did it too.
And speaking of low volumes, this one has a lot of low volumes in it. So this one has a lot of
Yes.
different backgrounds.
Yes, and I used those from the layer cake. That's how I got those, all the different backgrounds. So, and then I don't usually go dark with my backings, but this time I did. Because I kind of pictured this as something I could use as a picnic quilt, and I wanted a dark backing. It was on the grass.
Love it so
Yeah.
much.
Yeah,
I love that color in the print too.
yeah. That teal in the collection is just one of my favorite colors.
And that one was 63-inch square, and it uses a honey bun and a layer cake and some low volume prints. And if you guys have
Hey,
any
Chelsi gets
questions, you
to
can
start
just pop
now.
them in and we'll answer them as we go. Just to give Billy some time.
Okay.
I love this.
I know,
one.
right?
This is my favorite.
Oh, thank you. Same. I love, this is Hearts at Home too, and this is one of my honey bun patterns. And I love this one because I had originally designed Hearts at Home, but I wanted those blocks to be smaller because I think it's so cute when you have small log cabin blocks.
Mhm.
So the heart's in the center, and it makes use of the low volume fabrics from the collection. So I just love this one so much.
Yeah,
And I pieced it for her.
Oh yeah.
But she
Mom
told
made
me
it.
that I had to follow her pattern exactly.
Yeah.
Miss, I don't quilt, but oh, now I do. That's
Yeah.
so funny. It's funny how things change. This one's 48 by
So
57
opinionated.
too. Oh, go ahead. What'd you say?
Oh no, I said I was definitely opinionated when I asked her to piece this one.
So this one's
And
48.
the backing
go ahead.
looks plain, but it's got flowers on it. It's hard to see,
Yeah,
but it's the little tiny flowers.
it's the posy print, the little posy flower print.
And that one's 48 by
And-
57, uses 2 honey buns plus, some yardage for the centers and the
Yeah.
borders and the binding. That one is really great. Also, kind of how Sherri was talking about, that one's easily adjustable because right now it's 5 by 6, but you could easily do 3 by 3 for a baby quilt. That one's easily sizable.
Yeah. Yeah, and you made the
Yeah.
3 by
There's a smaller version included in her pattern.
in the original.
In the original.
Mhm.
Okay. Upside down.
Oh, upside down. We want. Sorry.
Yeah. Those are strawberries.
Those are strawberries.
Say your lines are upside down.
Oh my goodness. Okay, so this one is such a favorite. It's Summer Slice, and let me just tell you, I was so excited designing this one. You have watermelons, and you have strawberries, and lemons and limes, and it's just a great row quilt, and especially for people who just, like, hey, this month I want to focus on this row, or even as shop owners. I had a lot of fun with this one and just think it's so cute. And the pattern is just awesome. Lots of graphics so that you can really easily see everything. And yeah, fat quarter friendly too. Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, and this one's 57 by 71. And
Yeah.
if you could also, Billy, show the top too. The watermelon blocks
Show
use
the-
a
Very top row.
use a template, but it's easy and it's in the pattern. And I did want to point out that in both of y'all's patterns, y'all do full color, so it's very easy to follow the patterns because you can visualize it instead of it being in black and white.
Yeah. And I love this really, really busy floral for the backing too.
Yeah, I love how like every single one of the quilts you've shown has a different backing, except for the one that the cheaters. Because do you ever feel like you get stuck in a rut? Sometimes I feel like I will pick the same backing over and over and over, and my employees have to say like, "Oh, you already picked that one. Oh, you already picked that one."
Right.
Because you
I
become
do
a
that
creature.
all the time.
Yeah. I feel like you become it's like a creature of habit. Like, you just like, and you don't remember. I mean, I don't remember what I did 5 minutes ago, but I'm really bad about not changing up my backings as much as I should.
I always gravitate towards like a certain one. I'm the same way. Mom is like super good at like having a variety of everything.
Oh.
So
This is a big quilt.
this is a huge quilt. I'm so sorry. And I used the cheater on the back as well. So oh, poor Billy. Yeah, they can see enough of it. This is Sunshine Girl, and this is actually, when I design patterns, I kind of get sentimental, and it's a really, really fun quilt to make because you use so many color combinations in this quilt, and it really is the one quilt that shows how well the strawberry lemonade fabrics, they work with every single color and every single print in the whole quilt. Like, it's awesome. Just so many different combinations, but it's kind of inspired by the early days where my mom would take me to the beach. So Mom loves the beach and she loves the sun.
And I have to say, I have a picture of this quilt, and sometimes I go look at it when I'm getting ready to sew my Moda Blockheads blocks. And because she has so many unique combinations there, I'll think, oh, what do I want to use today? My brain's not working. I'm just going to go look at her quilt.
Oh, thank you. Yeah, because you use 3 different colors / print combos in each block.
And that one is 74 by 88. It's fat quarter friendly. And Billy, bring it back. I want to show how it has a secondary
Oh, she wants
design.
you to bring that back.
Oh, okay. Back or front?
Sorry. I think it's cool. Can you point out, Chelsi, like where the block is? Because it can be deceiving, and it
Yes.
really has a secondary design that that you really see when it's all put together?
Okay, so this corner, so this is the block right here in the corner. But yeah, this is kind of this secondary block that you see in the quilt. But this is the actual block that you make, is this square right here. And these are the outer corners of the block.
Yeah, so very doable.
Hopefully
It
that
looks
was
harder
helpful.
than it is, I think.
Yeah, it does look harder than it is, but it's not actually, and it goes together really quickly, I feel like.
Okay.
I feel like after you have I tried to stay really organized with that one, like it had all of the block color combos together, but after that I can just like start sewing. So it was super nice.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so this next one I will start talking about because it is also a boxed kit with Moda Fabrics, and my kits actually arrived last week or this past week, and they are so cute. I forgot to bring a boxed kit with me, but it's Botanical Remix, and it's based off of my I think my original pattern was called Botanical.
Yeah.
I'm drawing a blank. And there are 4 different flower blocks. All the stems are the same, but 4 different designs for the flower portion. And it's just kind of a cool remix of the original pattern, and not difficult at all. I kind of like to call this like I don't know, it's kind of like my Be Mine quilt, where it's like each of the flower blocks uses a different technique. So that's always really fun in a pattern. So, but I love this one so much.
So that one
I
comes
do too. I bought a kit.
Oh, you did? Okay, so that comes in the box.
I did. I'm gonna make it.
The boxed kit, and just so you guys know, the backing set will be available at Back Quarter Shop next week, but the kit came in already because that's kind of how, like, pre-cuts always come first, just so customers know why one is online and one isn't. But I think we might sell out of that kit today. That one's fat eighth friendly,
Oh my goodness.
68 by 81, and super cute. I didn't even notice that the flowers were all different, so that's pretty awesome.
Yeah, lots of different combos, and I love that one. I like the border that I put on it.
Mhm.
Normally I don't do a print border. Like I normally just do a low volume, and
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. This is another big
this
one.
I
Her
only
quilts are
make
big.
large quilts. Like my mom makes different sizes, but I'm always like the bigger the better. But this is Miss Magnolia, and it's based. I'll show you the original Magnolia that was designed with Seashore Drive later. But I wanted to make that a big block, so I made some changes, and this is the second version of that. So it's called Miss Magnolia, and it is a big block quilt. I can't remember the exact size. I don't know if it's a 24-inch.
It's 81 inches square, and I'll look at the size of the blocks, and it uses fat quarters.
Yes, yeah. Sometimes I just really like a refresher in sewing just a big blocks. So
Oh yeah, those blocks are 24 inches.
yeah,
And
they're very large.
Yeah, and you know, even if you just did one of those blocks, that would make a great pillow or a great wall hanging or a great baby blanket. Just one block.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Actually, I need to go make a pillow. That's a great idea,
Yeah.
Kimberly.
Okay, is that the last of the strawberry lemonade?
Oh, that was the last of the strawberry lemonade.
Okay.
Is there Summer
There's
Star
actually-
medley?
It's on my wall upstairs.
Okay, we'll just skip it.
Okay. That one comes in several sizes too, but I actually only made the smallest one. And yeah, it's on the wall on my sewing room.
Yeah, let's do that one.
So you can,
Yep, so Mom pieced, so now I think we're gonna go into some favorite quilts, and Mom pieced this one for me. This is called Little Town, and this is in our Favorite Things fabric collection. I love houses and I love the little like scalloped roofs. It's kind of hard to see in the video because I wanted these to look like they had snow on the roofs. And we have,
Anything white is-
yeah. But trees with the stars on top and just little cottages, kind of looking like a little village. And I actually originally made this one using Folklore by Vanessa Gertzen of Lella Boutique. And I just knew I had to make it again in Favorite Things.
And it's 61 by 65. What collection does that use?
Favorite Things,
Okay.
the Christmas collection.
And a lot of people still have that collection,
Yeah.
and it's fat eighth friendly.
Okay.
Billy's dog is here today, Jack.
Oh my
and
gosh, we
I
got to
was
see the dog
almost
at some
hoping-
point.
I know. I was hoping Jack would just kind of show up and sit with us, but
He's kind of sleeping right in the middle of the walkway.
where Billy's trying to
Billy
move.
has to go around him all the time.
A true lab.
True lab.
Oh, and he's big too then.
Yeah, either it could go the other way.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
fine.
Oh, love this quilt pattern. I just did some videos on YouTube with it. This is all American, and there's 4 different blocks in this quilt, so lots of variety. And I really, really wanted to do something patriotic when I designed it. And I just love that almost all of my quilts either have an alternating block or like more than one. Yeah, multiple. I don't know why I love doing that, but yeah, all American, and I believe it's fat quarter friendly.
Yeah, it uses 16 fat quarters and then background border. It's 66 by 78. And what collection is that?
So this one is Harper's Garden, and I've made this more than once, I think 3 times.
Awesome. So let's see the back.
Oh, show the backing. Yeah, I actually did a pieced backing. I think I had run out of just one print, so I'm like, oh, I have 2. I'll just like
Yeah.
put together something on the back.
Yeah, I didn't know you had a piece back.
Are you so proud of me?
I am.
I love piece backings.
Yeah.
Sometimes I feel like I should make the backing up front just so at the end I don't run out of
So
steam
True.
to do it, you know?
Right.
That is very true.
Yeah. Because at the end, sometimes you just want to get it to the quilter and you just do a solid backing. But yeah, make the backing first.
Yeah.
And speaking of piece backing, the Moonbeams has the coolest backing, like everything you guys did for that. So,
Thank you. Jocelyn did that.
Jocelyn. Okay, so this next one is fat quarter friendly, and this was in our Simply Delightful collection. This is Dazzling. Also one of my favorite quilts I've ever designed, just because again, it uses a lot of different color combos and kind of has this other little block, but that's not, it's just, that's just kind of made from putting the blocks and the sashing together. So really, really love Dazzling and all the different colors in this quilt.
And that one's 70 inches square, fat quarter friendly, and Simply Delightful collection.
Okay.
Let's see the back.
Oh yeah, we want to see the back.
It's the multicolored
Orange peel.
Oh, yeah.
orange peel.
Not sure if it shows
So
up
if
there.
it'll show up any better.
Oh, yeah, I love that print. I think I still have some of that.
And then with the stripe binding is so cool too.
That was a great collection because there was the stripe. We had so many different like stripe options for the bindings. Billy's gonna be so buff after this.
Yes.
He's going to go take a nap. He's going to be tired.
Yeah.
He's getting his steps in too. Okay.
Oh, this is Blissful, and even though Favorite Things was a Christmas collection, I still made a Valentine's quilt out of it using all of the reds and the pinks and the grays. And I have so many heart quilts, but I keep designing heart quilts. So I don't know why, I just like designing hearts. But this is just a really, really fun one that shows kind of with a collection that you can do, it's versatile and you can do different things with it.
So that's
This would be
also
super
favorite
cute
things,
in
right?
Strawberry lemonade.
Yes, yeah.
Yeah.
And that one's,
What were you
It'd be
saying?
super cute
yeah.
in strawberry lemonade.
Oh, it would be, totally.
Yeah.
It's 68 by 80 and fat eighth friendly.
And then this is
The daisy print.
the daisy print. Yep. Yep.
Yeah.
I think it's called chamomile is what I called it, but
What
Just
batting
how
do
we
you
have the quilt.
what batting are you using in all your quilts?
oh,
So-
we use the same.
Yeah, most of the quilts up until the past year or so, we always used warm and white.
Mm-hmm.
But our quilters have actually been using a bamboo batting lately
Yeah,
with
I
some
like
of
it.
them, and I like it.
Yeah. So this is in our Bountiful Blooms collection, and I had designed hearts at home, and I had always told myself someday I'm gonna do like something different and do a log cabin block with like either pumpkins or maple leaves, and so I did leaves in this one, and I just love the Bountiful Blooms collection. It was different for us. It was definitely a different avenue that we took. So kind of bigger blocks in this one, and yeah, just a good fall quilt.
And it's fat quarter friendly, 79 inches
Yeah.
square, and I think that would be so cute if you made a mini version of it.
Yes, it would for a wall
That would
hanging.
be
Yeah,
really fun.
I love it.
Okay, the backing. Okay.
Oh yeah.
Oh.
Yep. I don't know if they'll be able to see it, but
Yeah.
just
There's little flowers.
flowers and some pluses in between the flowers.
Yeah.
And in the Bountiful Blooms collection, it has kind of this like dusty rose pink color on the border. And I just love that color.
That was so much fun to sew.
Yeah.
So how do you guys come up with the names for all of your quilts and your fabrics?
I have to say something about this.
Oh, no.
Because we will text back and forth about the names of collections. And sometimes it is so funny because mom will have like these names that she's thinking of. And I'm like, no, I don't think so. But then a lot of times we'll end up going back to that and it's perfect. But our conversations are really funny because we just sometimes we brainstorm and it's hilarious.
At Quilt Market, we were in the
Oh.
hotel room late one night, and she was trying to sleep, and I just kept saying, "Well, how about this name for this collection?" "No, Mom. How about this name?" And anyway, she turned me down on one, but we ended up using it.
Yeah, it was Moda's favorite